Agenda item 14, events and conference catering contracts. I will introduce this report, and just a reminder that there is exempt information. If people want to discuss it, we'll have to go into an exempt session. This paper seeks approval to directly award a new contract to provide cafe service at various City Hall, Central Library and Create Centre to Cafe Gusto. Secondly, to award a new contract to Parsnip Mash to continue to provide the conference and events provision at Mansion House and City Hall. Thirdly, to reinstate the Pegasus contract to supply catering for City Hall conference and events until the end of December 2023. The proposed end dates for all these contracts will bring the catering in line with the One Council approach with other catering contracts within the authority, ending at the same time and being included in the same proposed tender. So essentially, we're extending all of the existing contracts to 2023, when we'll then do a full tendering exercise to bring them all under one. So we've received 3 public forum statements on this one. The first one is from Pamela Novica. Are you here, Pamela? Yeah. You have 1 minute to make your statement.
Right, thanks. I'm here today because I would like Bristol City Council to commit to plant-based catering for all its conferences and events. It's a tiny ask, but it's an ask that promotes social justice and inclusion, not just in Bristol, but globally. How? Far from being the preserve of avocado-chomping middle classes, most peasant food is and was mainly plant-based. Vegetables and pulses are cheaper and more accessible, healthier and more climate-friendly than animal body parts products. And this is where BCC can lead by example, putting aside personal prejudice for the wider good, vital in these times of austerity in eat or heat for many people. Everyone can eat plant-based. It's fairer and more inclusive, particularly important in a culturally diverse city like Bristol. And helping to mainstream this form of eating is vital to tackle climate breakdown, as animal agriculture is responsible for up to 85% of greenhouse gas emissions. Climate-friendly catering is a win for social justice and climate justice, and a chance for BCC to demonstrate solidarity with and empathy for those in Bristol and beyond facing a daily struggle to make ends meet. Please support this motion for plant-based catering. Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela. The second statement is from James Jones. James, are you here? Yeah, you've got 1 minute to make your statement.
Thanks. Bristol prides itself on being one of the greenest cities in Europe, putting climate at the heart of governance. The Mayor spoke about that in his TED Talk, and I'm proud to be a resident of a city that leads the way in so many respects. However, this awareness needs to include every aspect of council activities, including provision of food. Other councils, for example Oxfordshire, have already committed to serve only plant-based food at their events, and I'd like Bristol to do the same. In his TED Talk, the Mayor spoke about our excessive consumption of the Earth's resources. Part of this is the excessive land use for livestock, which is one of the main drivers of deforestation and habitat destruction. Currently, there are grain shortages because of the war in Ukraine, making it even more important to feed grain directly to humans, not to farmed animals. I would like to see our council be part of the solution, not continue to spend money on meat and dairy, which we know to be part of the problem. I hope the council will take the opportunity of these contract renewals to shift to plant-based catering. Thank you.
Thank you, James. And then finally, the third statement is from Michaela Andres. Are you here? Yeah.
Thank you. It is time to renew contracts with caterers. This is an amazing opportunity to show climate leadership by stipulating that meals and refreshments supplied are plant-based. This is a real chance for Bristol to lead the way on climate action. It's indisputable that we urgently need a major shift away from meat, dairy and fish consumption, so it's important for councils, schools and hospitals to lead by example, normalising plant-based meals by serving tasty and attractive dishes and putting them at the forefront of menus. There are multiple benefits to this. Plant-based catering saves money, encourages good dietary habits, and is one of the easiest and most effective ways for organisations and individuals to reduce their carbon emissions. As well as Oxfordshire and Cambridge councils in the UK, Helsinki has stopped serving meat and cow's milk at events, and Amsterdam serves vegetarian and vegan food by default. Plant-based is the future. This will demonstrate to cities worldwide that Bristol takes tackling climate change seriously. Thank you.
Sorry. How do I stop that? There we go. Apologies. Thank you. And thank you all. So obviously this year we're just extending all these contracts to bring them all in line with each other when we do the full tender process next year. That's the point at which this will become part of our thinking, and that will be part of the conversation we have then. So thank you all for your statements. Do any Cabinet members want to comment? No? Okay, thank you.
Councillor Cheney, I put a question in for this. I submitted a question.
I don't believe there is a question. No, we didn't receive a question, sorry. We haven't received a question from you, apologies.
Well, I did submit it.
Yeah, we don't have it, I'm afraid. We haven't got your question, I apologise. I mean, we can talk about it offline if you like, happily. In terms of the decisions we made today, I approve the recommendations as set out in the report. Okay, Helen, you're with us now. Did you want to bring your paper? So if we move back now to agenda item 9, can I hand